Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Night Takeaway Show. Hope you've had a good weekend and now settled down because, as you can see, I've got a great panel with me tonight, and hopefully we're going to have a good old chat about certain things, including a good old friend from America, Mr. Biden, that's finally pulled himself out of the race. So I'll say hello first of all to Dal, Oregon Goon. Big up! Thanks for coming back into the chat, mate. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, all good.
Good. Big up the chat.
Jez, how about yourself? Keeping well? You had a good weekend?
Yeah. I've got an old mucker and his wife's down. They're going. I'm taking them up to Gatwick tomorrow. They're going off to Crete. They've been here since Friday, and it was a fun day yesterday. We went out, had a lovely tour around and a nice little lunch, and he got absolutely bollocks. He went to bed at 6 o'clock. That was great. And then, I'm sat here. His wife fell asleep on one of the sofas downstairs. So I'm like, well, thanks for coming to see me, boys. You know what I mean? Cheers. And tonight they've gone out to a Japanese restaurant. I don't like Japanese food.
Oh, didn't you? Okay.
I don't like Japanese food. I've tried it, just can't get on with it. So, so it's been an eventful weekend. So, I see. It's nice when people come and see you and they get wankered and then they go to bed. You know what I mean?
How about you, Fuzzy? How's your weekend been? All good?
Yeah, it's going all good. Just finished work and now I'm on holiday for a week. So I've got my birthday on the Wednesday. And just want to say as well, Anthony, did they give up on your shirt and production line? Because it's like mine's got the stripes going right across the chest. I actually got the same thing. Double stripe on the sleeves, but I've got mine across the chest.
Mine's just on the sleeves, yeah.
And he's got the knockoff one.
They rubbed off. It came off in the wash. They peeled like your shirt sponsors when you put your shirt.
Feet, mate. That's what I've done.
Yeah.
It was fashion trend first. We moved stripes.
That's why I won't ever buy Arsenal tops, because every time I put them in the washing machine to wash them, the fucking colours run out and they're all over the whites then. So it's pointless.
Well, at least you found a way to turn your Arsenal shirt into a Real Madrid shirt.
Well, that's true. That's good. Good thinking, Buzz.
Yeah, good point.
How about you, Anthony? You all been good?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, had a good weekend. I mean, yesterday we had a bit of rain here, like we do in this, in this country. Had a few beers, and that was it. And enjoying this. Well, I'm going to enjoy this show now and see what happens. I'm not at work tomorrow. I choose to have a day off. We look through other things, and that's it.
Good stuff. Just say hello to our people into the chat as always. Big up Henry, hope you're keeping well, and also Saren Dullivan as well. It's good to see them back in there. Pepsi Pack, yep, as he's put on there, Trump versus Kamala 2 WWE Legends. That's going to be quite interesting.
It's going to be a death match.
I'd pay to see Trump just body slam Kamala Harris through a bunch of tables.
Actually pulls his hair off.
With Bully Ray and Devon Dudley just sat off to the side.
But you got to have Hulk Hogan there. He was at the convention a few days ago. So.
Yes, I see that.
Some Trump shit. Jesus. So ridiculous.
Good evening, usual suspect. Good evening, all. Yes, it's true. Sleepyhead Joe is finished. Yeah, he's obviously passed it over to Kamala Harris, or otherwise known as Donald Trump, as he told her one time. It's. I mean, we'll cover over that briefly in there. I mean, he's done a decent thing, and Biden. I think if you look at it, I think it was inevitable that if he stayed on and that, what kind of other mistakes he was going to make, and it's in a certain respect, it's also a worry as well for the man, 82, and he's kind of having them kind of problems, and he's running the country.
He's 82.
82.
And he's president of the United States.
Yeah.
In the world.
My father.
Yeah.
That's why they made sure, Jez, that on the table they didn't have the red button with the other buttons on their desk, because at the end of the day, and that, you know, that would be completely worrying if that was the
But the
case.
difference is, Tony, is that Biden understands what those buttons mean.
That's true. That's true. I'll give you that, Dal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Dal as well. It came through. Trump has got no sympathy for Biden at all. Basically, said he should never have been president in the first place. He's called out of his basement and basically wrecked the country. That's his words. He's got no sympathy whatsoever for Biden.
Dear, oh dear. Dow, you should stand.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'd vote for you.
That's all I need. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Everyone in the chat. You know, I'm going to start running for president in 2026. No, just kidding. Never. No.
Senator, of Oregon. You know, you could stand for that first. Senator of
It's
Oregon.
Yeah.
shame
It
you're
is a
not
quiet-
American, Jez. It's shame you're not American. You could have been President Jez. You know, get them all sorted out.
I'll tell you
Listen
what,
here, you pricks.
tell you what, if I was the president of the United States, what the first thing would happen?
What?
First thing would happen, the Cronkies would be in bloody prison.
Antitrust laws. No, it's just,
Here's
I
the
mean,
key, Mr. Collins. Fucking throw it in that river. I don't want it.
the whole thing is a sham. I mean, the thing is that you have, you know, obviously someone who's trying to take over the United States government, and you have someone who is just, you know, an old hand in government that people on the other side of the aisle just really don't trust anymore, right? If you're in government too long, you're not trusted. If you're not in government long enough, you don't know what you're talking about. So it's a double-edged sword anyway, right? But in my opinion, which doesn't matter much, as one of 300 million Americans, and which I was telling Tony earlier, which 150 million Americans don't even vote. So, you know, that's a huge number of people that just, you know, not even having their say heard, or what they believe in, you know, the future of the country heard. So that right there is one of the biggest problems. Half the country doesn't vote. So the number one is that Trump is a threat to U.S. democracy, right? And so if you know, you come in with some authoritarian bullshit, then, you know, you get I guess shot at. I don't know. The assassination thing is just so far-fetched for me, but the country's really in trouble right now, and I don't think it's just going to take one 4-year term of any president that can fix it. You know, we're still recovering from the financial crisis of 2008 and 9. Homeless is a huge problem, and no president's going to snap their fingers or wave a wand and fix that, Tone. You know, so that's why for me it's best to vote in your best interest of your local government. And, you know, Portland's a pretty progressive city, so I'm not really fearful of MAGA, you know, that much here where I live. But, you know, in the southern part of the country, Midwest, it's really much more of a big deal. But for me, it's kind of like still that each side of the sword will cut you.
I can't stand that smug look on his face, that Trump.
No.
I just,
No.
I'd like to say that. He's such a smug-looking bastard. I've got to really wipe his face with that.
And he never did anything, though. I mean, he never did anything as president. Like I was telling Tone earlier, Biden's dropped the employment rate down since the 1960s. He's, you know, making student loans affordable, wiping out student loans for people who are deeply in debt and, you know, don't make the salary to pay their student loans, which, you know, is another hindrance in your monthly bills, right? It's another way to them to suck money out of you. So with all that, I don't know. I think there's good things. Then some people think it's bad because they see it as government spending, trying to help the little man. But that's what Social Security and all, you know, that's part of the dream of America, is that you have some sort of safety net to fall back on. But when all that's erased, what you just have mass homelessness, mass unemployment, and we can't get back to where we were with COVID. You know, we're still recovering from that, obviously, as well. You know, 1 million Americans died in COVID. I don't know how many in the UK, but I'm sure close to 1 million. Yeah, it's just been a really shitty 6 years. I mean, maybe it's just a phase we're going through. You know, I know you guys with Brexit and all that was really tearing the country apart, and I just don't know what the future holds for any of our democracy country. And I just don't want to be taken over by some sort of dictator who doesn't have any idea what he does and is just elected because they're a popular person at the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's just say
I
that's
worry
the,
about that. We got asshole in charge of us now.
yeah,
you know.
got that as well, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up Steve, hope you're doing well. Even Jensen Chatters. Obviously, big up to Lenny Moon. Big up brothers. They're all saying hello to each other. Quickly rush through those. Mr. Collins, where is your red wine? He's always got it there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Ain't got something to talk about. Yeah, he will have, Steve, hopefully at some point. Big up, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here. And also to Ian Macaulay as well. Good evening, Jez. Good evening, panel. Hope you're all well. We are, mate. Hope you are as well.
How's
Evening.
Budget? I haven't seen him for a while.
He's been in the chat kind of thing. I've got to try and get hold of him because I don't know if he's changed his phone or whatever, but he seems to be okay because he's appeared a couple of times. Good evening, James Lamprey, ladies and gents. Excited about the new season and getting up 2 a.m. to watch the Hammers.
Mhm.
Oh.
Good to hear, Henry.
Oh.
Mikko cleans the dog with a United shirt.
Tottenham shirt, surely.
Got to be in it. Good to have on the panel. Yeah, as W. James says, anyone but Trump.
pretty much.
Sleepy Joe managed to keep his balance on the. Oh yeah, I just saw that earlier on. That didn't look good when you see him climbing on Air Force One.
Well, at least Biden knows how to spell stairs.
That's true. Yeah.
Should have got himself an
Yeah,
escalator
yeah.
so he doesn't have to step up the steps and just
Thanks,
let
bud.
just get carried right the way.
One of those things that just put it right up. But let's not forget,
Steve.
Trump is like years old too, guys. Sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah,
Trump
yeah, he is. Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
fucking spring chicken. He's like 79, 80 years old. So
Yeah, the two old people in there. As Steve says, at least Joe can still keep a pair of sunglasses on. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Trump's 78 years old, right? If he takes over, that would be the same age that Joe Biden took over.
that's hilarious.
They'd just be the same old.
Can't he get somebody younger? You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not
Yeah.
make me president?
Yeah. Get
Give me your birthday on. I'll be the
Next,
Yamin
yeah.
Lamal of US politics.
couldn't what's his name? Obama, couldn't he stand again? Is that not
He
allowed?
Yeah,
I think he's
Because I-
maybe-
Should be able to.
he did his 2 terms, but I think
See
after
that.
4 or 8 years, you can run again or
That
something like
table's
that.
going to be rising, Tom.
I don't know, Jez, but I think he could. But I don't think he wants to get involved in all this bullshit. It's too much vitriol now on each side, right? It's too much anger, too much hatred now. It's I mean, as much as I dislike Trump, he's still he's still a father, he's still a grandfather, he's still a human being. I don't want anyone to go out like that. But again, in the context of, like you guys I gotta say, in the CIA, the SAS, and in the framework of that, even I think 30, 40 years ago, he would be seen as a threat. And there's government agencies that would fix that.
Trouble is,
Biden-
I thought if you was a president of America, you've got to be born in America. Now,
Right.
Trump, he was born in Scotland. His mum's Scottish. Right? So that's what I don't get.
American citizenship.
And then we
I-
have the opposite over here. Boris Johnson, he was born in America, and then he was a prime minister over here. So it was different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't comment on that. I know there was the issue with Obama's birth certificate, but that was all brought on by Trump before he even
Yeah.
ran for president.
Yeah.
Trump is the leader of the birther movement against Obama, right? That all stems from Trump in the middle 2000s. So that's something to put into context as well. But the thing is that, I don't see any of the other presidents shaking hands with Putin and Kim Jong-il.
no.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the other issue, right? Is that when Trump parties, comes up next to these dictators, it really paints a bad picture. He goes, "Oh, it's all for peace, all for peace." I don't believe that, and I don't think many of Americans believe that. I believe it's part of an actual coup to take over the world, to be honest. I know that sounds conspiratorial, but
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's that weird complexion that some billionaires have, right? Where they look at somebody else as a billionaire and thinks, "Oh, you're cool," rather than actually seeing as you're a political leader. You're looking at another political leader that's in nobody's good books, but he's a
Right.
billionaire. Looks at somebody else, and go, "Oh, you're a fellow billionaire as well from the other continent." Hey, yay! High fives all around. Like,
The thing
come
that
on,
the
man.
thing there's a facade of Trump being a billionaire. He's just paid out hundreds of millions for a sexual lawsuit. He's paid out hundreds of millions to the state of New York because he can't run a business in the state of New York anymore. He's banned from running any business. All of his banking is done as Russia. So go figure that one out. He can't get a loan anywhere in Europe, anywhere in South America, and anywhere in America or Canada. That's why all of their banking for the Trump Corporation is done in Russia. So go figure out 2016 and tell me there's not a connection. So, and number two is that Trump just came in because he rounded up a base of people that were angry at government, right? And that's really what he did. He round up people that are just in his base, but that's the point. It's just his base. So when they say like, oh, there's really no new Trump people. It's all the same people who were going to vote for him last time. We're going to vote for him again, right? So he's never expanded his base.
Maybe
Well,
it's time we got a female president.
Maybe it's time.
Yeah. And as you said, this Kamala Harris could be the one.
Mm.
Big up to Cameron Erland, high panel. Arsenal Manic, good evening all. Joe Biden has COVID. Yeah, I did hear this as well, Henry. Joe Biden apparently has got COVID or did have COVID.
Get the beginnings of it in that debate.
Aces.
Liz
Pepsi
Truss
Pack's saying
walked
Bush.
so Kamala Harris can run.
There you go. Yeah, Mr. Hot Fuzz, if you stand for elections, Donna Cullen will run your campaign. You'll be fine.
She looks
Oh,
pretty
there's
cool.
going to be plenty else going in. They ain't going to call that the White House for nothing, are they? Go on, Fuzzy.
Trump
What
is
are you
another
trying to
victim bar.
Assuming I'll turn a bloody office into a sperm bank or something.
Well, it's followed up with I'll make sure all the beautiful girls like me cast their vote for you, Mr. Hot Fuzz.
There you
Well,
go.
Just
There
to
you
say,
go.
get a younger
Gotta find-
person in as president. There you go. We've got Hot Fuzz.
I've got to
Yeah.
find a way to smuggle you into the country first.
Oh my god.
You'll find a way to
Elliot,
pick up
Joe,
at all
their
trappers.
opinion, yeah.
Or he's got to swim first to get to you.
Yeah, I heard there is an underground tunnel that's built from underneath Old Trafford pitch all the way to America. Comes up
Well-
somewhere in Tampa Bay.
We don't have to worry about Elliot anymore. He's been removed by looks of it anyway. Big up to Hindu Spiritual coming in as well. Monica Lewinsky, next US. Johnny Knoxville would make a good president. Yeah, well, people vote for a convicted felon.
I think if The Rock were to run, I think The Rock would literally win.
Oh yeah,
Right.
he's
Wayne
the
Johnson.
he's the flavour of the month, isn't he? And yeah.
Yeah.
Big up to Nico Carinti from Sweden, Stockholm. Big up to you for being in here.
Be up in the coat.
Evening, Luke. Hindu Spiritual. Trump's a great guy. Never met him. Great guy. Okay. Big up Mama Flossie.
Be up, mama.
Susanna Hoffs for president. Yeah.
Julia Roberts for president. Pep will drop the Man City job and he'll go take LA Galaxy job or something. He'll disappear to America, to the MLS.
Big up to Arsenal first. It wouldn't surprise me if it's all staged. Yeah, you know it all works out. Trump 24. At least Monica would make a splash. Medic. Dear. They're all saying like to each other. Well, for you Arsenal guys, it seems like you've finally bought an outfield player rather than another goalkeeper.
Yeah. It's about fucking time.
This one's taken a long while to get over the line.
Always does, man. Seriously. There's one thing you can say about Arsenal Football Club, right? They do not suffer from premature ejaculation.
That's right, Jez.
It's just pathetically slow every time. Yeah, everybody's saying, "Oh, it's a done deal, done deal, done deal." Right? Okay. Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see when he's actually got a shirt on and he's stood between Arteta and Edu with their muggy little smiles, right? And he's signing the document because, yeah, it's all good, wonderful. Don't know a lot about this player. In fact, I know nothing about him. And where's the striker then, boys?
Yeah, exactly.
Play for
got
a
him.
club.
Yeah. Yeah. Big up Gunnar as well. Yeah, it seems at one point was you going to get the player or not. It's as Anthony said, it's taken a while and finally it's been done. But I don't know. He's supposed to be some. Well, is he a left back or centre back? Because even that seems to be a bit conflicting as well.
Well, apparently
You
he can
can
play.
play both. You can play both apparently, but let's not forget when he was in the Euros. If I'm not mistaken, did he actually score an own goal?
He was.
Mm.
Did he score an own goal for Italy
Yeah,
in the Euros? Yeah.
that's it.
So yeah, and they're putting him. Do you know what, Tim? This is what riles me. I fucking hate this with a passion. I've seen it on so many streams and on so many like different shows on YouTube. Oh, apparently we signed the next Maldini. The only person that was close to Maldini is himself, not him.
Yeah.
So this is what riles me when people turn around and says, "Oh, he's the next so and so." You know, he's the next Burkamp,
Right.
the next Omri. This it's all of the bollocks. At the end of the day, it's the only person that was like it is themselves. Nobody else, just themselves. And I tell you what. In other words, does it improve Arsenal? It most probably does because we can't get nothing worse than what we've already got at left back in that position. So, in all fairness, I think it might improve it to a certain extent. But listen, we'll see how this when it goes on further down the season and see what he's like. Because I know if he's absolutely rubbish, and he ain't worth the money of what we pay for him. I know there's going to be a few people on screens who's going to be coming out and saying it personally. Personally, I think it'd be this one here. All right.
Probably do a show.
Yeah,
And this
I'm
one might be up here.
I'm actually contemplating doing a meltdown stream maybe Tuesday night about all this bullshit.
Emergency meeting, Joe.
Sorry?
Emergency meeting.
Oh yeah, emergency meeting 106.
Cobra meetings.
So I might be putting out a little thing for people. Do you want to join and have your say for Tuesday night? But the question is this, right? We're off to the States if they haven't left already. In fact, I think they have gone to the States already. I think they've gone today. Tierney and Tomiyasu haven't gone because they're injured. How many times do we hear this? Apparently, Thingy Bob, Tierney's got a hamstring problem and Tomiyasu's got a calf problem, right? What is this bullshit? All this. If we keep getting it, look, it's simple. If you've got a racehorse that keeps breaking down, you retire it, get rid of it. Yet we've still got these players, right? We've got Nketiah, who got bugger all game time from Christmas to the end of the season. So that says to me, Arteta's lost faith in him. Get him out the door, sell him. And we've got players we're putting out on loan who shouldn't be here. Sell them. It doesn't matter if you're not going to make big money. You're going to be saving on the bloody weekly wage. When you got a player 100 grand a week and he's not even getting on the park, then sell him. Sell him, because what's the point of why are you spending £100,000 a week and you're not playing the man? Let him go somewhere else. All right, you're not going to get 50 million for him, right? You're not going to get 30 million. You might get 20. Well, that's 20 million you've got in, right? And let's forget, this was an academy player, so he cost nothing to get, right? We didn't pay money for him, and you're going to save £100,000 a week, right? That's 5 million a year. You're saving. So, where is the logic? Who does the mathematics? Well, I'd love to know who is it, right, that does the accounts at Arsenal Football Club, because I find it unbelievably mad.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. He's got money going out for him. Get rid of these dross players, right, and get the players in.
Exactly. There's
we had that with Reece Nelson with West Ham, 23 million. He's on 100 grand a week. The same is Gabriel, our centre back. And what happened? Arsenal turned it down. Academy player, 23 million. Let him go. He doesn't play. Do you know what I mean? So why not let him go to West Ham?
And the thing is, though, you might lose out on that now because there was rumour. Obviously, we're going for this John Duran for Aston Villa for more money. That's the best part about it, for more money. So we see him probably as a better aspect, prospect in that respect. There's some more comments of the Star I want to just put up in there. And apparently, 80% Edu is interested in signing Mason Mount.
No.
No, God.
Better than Marcus Rashford.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've got that one. Yep. Gunnar is saying, "Where's Ivan Toney?" Well, by all accounts, yourselves, I think Man United, and there's another club apparently called off, and it's literally a 2-horse race between Spuds and the Hammers.
Yeah,
it seems more like he's going to be a Spuds player unless we kind of come in quick and do some business. We'll never know. But Hindu Spiritual reckons it's green light from the player.
But Arsenal don't want him.
Yeah.
We could have signed him a year ago.
Yeah.
January.
Yeah, 6 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Gunnar, Money, Mace, Rashford, and Conor Gallagher will solve our issues. Yeah. That would be.
You'll solve our issues too.
Yeah. Just get rid of these players, as they're saying. I was saying after we signed Calaflarini, it will send shockwaves around the football world. That sealed the title, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think, as I said earlier, before we started on that, apparently you're going in for this Bentley geezer again from Wolves, but with just a £300,000 offer. So Wolves ahead want £1 million for the player. So why are you still going in cheap if you're serious about this player? This is 2 offers now you're putting in for him.
But we've signed a goalkeeper today, under 21 England international. We've signed him. Pictures are out there at London Colney. He's being signed today. So I'm guessing he would be travelling out to the United States for the pre-season tour. Right. And that's another thing that winds me up big time. What's going on with all that bullshit, that new black shirt. Right. That's a joke. But, it's just laughable. If you want a player, pay the sodding money.
Exactly that.
If they really want him and they want $1 million for him, say, right, okay, well, we'll give you 960,000. That's where you start to negotiate, not 300,000. Bullshit.
No, exactly.
Bullshit.
Why the hell do we want Bentley? That goalkeeper is absolutely crap. So if Arsenal do sign him, that's 2 teams he's played for I support. We had him down in Bristol City at Ashton Gate. He was shit. And we were glad when Wolves bought it because he caused a stink down the club. And then Wolves came in for him. We were like, yeah, have him. Bye. We don't want him. So this is the standard of what we've got now with goalkeepers, is it? Is signing championship goalkeepers. That gets pissy. Don't get in, play first team football, yeah, and then he causes a stink around the club, and then what happens? Players get affected, the morale's low, the dressing room, there's no hype in it. So if that's what Mikel Arteta wants, and he wants to sign him for £1 billion, and carry on. And then when we come on a show again, and then we talk about all the hype, the momentum's gone down, the morale's down as well, this, that, and the other, yeah. And I should say, because of him, Bentley. So in all fairness, he's shit. Don't want him.
Funny you say that. I mean, Ian McCauley said about some of the players you've still got at your club. Look, shit players, and no one wants them, not even a non-league side. What club's going to pay you the wages on some of these players? He said £100,000 from Nelson and Nketiah.
We was on Jez's show, and guess what? On Jez's show on Thursday night, Lee Gunner brought up all the wages of what everybody was earning, right or wrong, Jez.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Reece Nelson and Gabriel, they were on the same wages, 100 grand a week. If I was Gabriel and I'm playing 13 football at centre back and I'm on the same wages as him, I'll be asking for a pay rise. And if I didn't get it, I'll be demanding that I want to leave.
Yeah. The thing is that the thing is, Anthony, right? This is. I think this is going to be an important point, right? Yeah. We have got some good players. Let's get it right. We have got some good players.
Yeah.
But we've got some absolute dross as well, and those dross need to go, right? I'm predicting you this: if Arsenal do not win a major trophy this season, you're going to see a lot of those players that are decent wanting to go.
Yeah, you will.
Because players, right, okay, I've done my time here. Yeah, we're not going forward. We're just going sideways, backwards, sideways. Yeah, and that's where we are going to be in trouble. Because players, a player's top level career is short-lived, right? So you're going to get players looking around and thinking, well, I'm not actually going to win anything. Bit like Robin Van Persie, everybody calls it Snake. Yeah, I was very pissed off with him, what he did.
Yeah.
Right? Sanchez, I was pissed off with him. But they wanted to win stuff. Van Persie left Arsenal, went to Man United and won a Premier League. Right?
Very first season too.
Yeah. So, that's all right. It didn't work out for Alexis Sanchez. He went all the big tits up there. But how many Arsenal players can you think of that have left Arsenal and then gone on to win major honours? Fabregas,
Henry,
Vieira.
Vieira.
All right, they won Premier Leagues and FA Cup.
Alexander Stone. He won the Champions League with Barcelona.
Yeah.
Soon to be Chido Oppie Martin as well.
Yeah.
Van Bronckhorst. He wanted to bring Barcelona, didn't he? Van Bronckhorst was another one.
Yep.
I'll go back a little bit in time here, long before you guys would know this one. Ray Kennedy, great player for Arsenal. Yeah.
Oh, good Ray.
In '74, went on to Liverpool, and what did he do? Won a European Cup for the first time. Right? Sadly, what happened to him when he got, was it Parkinson's or whatever? That was a great shame. But players have ambition. They're in this game to win stuff. They're at the peak. They're the 1% in the world that play professional football. Yeah, they want to win shit. And if they're not winning it at that club, they're going to say, "Stop this, I'm off. I'll go somewhere like Chelsea, or I'll go to Man United, or I'll go abroad, Barcelona, somewhere like that, or Bayern Munich, or whatever." Because that's what they want. Yes, they're earning massive money. They're huge salary, millionaires. They're all millionaires, right? The fact is, they still want to win silverware.
That's the one as well from Arsenal first, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because he was offered a big pay rise at Arsenal under Wenger and he turned it down. He was like, "No, I'll go to Liverpool for less."
Yeah.
Got a question for the Arsenal guys in the panel from 3VH. do you guys think Edu is the worst sporting director of all the top clubs?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
But he's the only one that's won competitions. And, you know,
I think Man United is a little worse, but I'm not so sure.
Ours was worse. It was. I gave you that.
Yeah, but I mean, I've said it before on Jez's stream, TJ and all that. Edu, I don't think knows the European market that well. I've said it 100 times. I mean, he may know some Brazilian, managers, coaches, and may be able to work in that realm. But as far as looking at, let's say the champion, the final, let's say 4 or 6 Champions League teams, right? As before we get to the final. And even the teams in the final. Look at the top players on those 5, 6 teams. Are we getting anyone from those teams? I'm talking Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, throw whatever names you want in there. But the thing is that we aren't shopping in those markets. Again, we broke the $100 million ceiling with Declan Rice, but we really haven't done much since then. Our next big signing has been with this cauliflower guy, basically. So I'm really worried that and that's not even a given, right? He hasn't really signed on the dotted line. He hasn't taken a picture with the kid up. So it's definitely not done. And if Juve are still sniffing around, I'm sure he'll go there instead. The problem is, Jez, guys, Anthony, I just feel that Edu is completely, again, out of his depth.
He is.
And I don't think he's the one behind the scenes doing all the work. I think he's the one in the photograph with the player holding the pen. But behind that, I don't think he's the one doing the work because I just don't see him really being strategic in shopping for players around Europe.
Yeah.
It's definitely the Cronkies. It's definitely not the Cronkies because the Cronkies haven't got a clue. They don't know a European player. If they just walked up in the street, walked past one, they wouldn't even know who that person is. So it ain't the Cronkies. If it's not Edu, and to a certain extent, if it's not Edu and Arteta, it's got to be somewhere on that wavelength, the same wavelength as what Edu's in.
Garlic.
So he's got garlic breath. So he's got to be in. And if it ain't him or whatever. Things needs to be sorted out in the back. We need to address that, then dress the players, then dress what the players that's going to go out and the players that's going to come in. It's like what Jess said. If you want this player, if you've got to pay full whack, you've got to pay full whack for him. But I've called it on God knows how many shows, Tony. You believe me. Since we've had Declan Rice is 100 million, we won't spend 100 million on a player in a few years' time. I'm telling you that now. So Arsenal players now, the players we sign, you're talking anywhere between 40 to 65 million.
Lower.
Yeah. Lower.
That's just to interrupt you there, Anthony. I mean, James Lamprey's put it on, because I've seen this a couple of days now, this being mentioned. Your academy, Jez, you're saying there, all your academy players' stars are being picked off by rival clubs. Who's at fault for that? Is that the manager? Is it is it the owners? Is it Edu?
It's the club structure, mate. The club structure. That young lad that went on Friday. Never heard of him. Don't know who he was. I've never seen him play, so I'm not qualified to comment. But this is what will happen because again, these are young men. They want to prove themselves. Yeah, I looked right. Case in point, yeah. Right, 2 points. When we bought Marquinhos, yeah. Right, we could have bought him for nothing, but no, to keep good relations, we gave him 3 million. Now Paulo, we gave him 3 million, whatever. Yeah, he's gone. We let him go for free. So what was? He never played for the club. He never played for the club. So what was that about? If you're not,
do you know what he did? He went on loan to Norwich. He went on loan to Norwich City, and that was it. Never come back. Never seen him.
But he had a decent season though as that first season, right? I thought he was coming back.
That has to be a dodgy deal.
Right.
You buy a player, you could have had him for nothing. We are apparently linked with Sao Paulo as a football club, right? So we go out there, we get the pick of this player, and yet, oh no, we'll give you a free period, to be nice, yeah. Never play him, loan him out, and then go for free. Now, the other point I want to make, right? This player that we're supposedly have got over the line, right? Yeah, will he be joining the squad in America? Because that to me is a very important thing. If you just got a new player come in, right, Calafiore or what his name is, he should be on jet out to America to join up with his teammates. They get to know him, he gets to know all the teammates, and he gets to play some time in the games, right? Now, when I looked at the squad that's gone to the States, there's young players in there. Enwari, yeah, the young kid that came on against Brentford, the piss take one. Yeah. Are we actually going to see him play? That's the thing.
No.
Or are they just going there to make up the squad?
Look,
To me, before I shut up, right, those kids, right, when we're going out there, like we're playing Bournemouth on Wednesday night, yeah, those kids that have been taken out should be starting. They should be starting the game or at least coming on as subs, not for the last 5 minutes, not for the last 10 minutes. Give them a good run. It's only pre-season.
right.
It doesn't matter what the results are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If we go out and play ball with like six of the kids in the squad and we lose 3-1, who cares? At least we get to see these kids and see what they're about.
But we've got
Exactly.
You gotta say.
Exactly. He don't play. He's not like Arsene Wenger. He doesn't play. You don't play them. We know that. But it's like with all these young ones now. When they come in, they're good at football. When they come in the academy, I'll tell you what. If it was my son that said that Arsenal wanted him, I'd turn around and say, "You ain't going there. You ain't going." Because your career would be limited and crap because we've got an asshole in charge that's brain dead. Actually, I don't know if you know it in your country, Del. Have you ever heard of the Viz books? The Viz books.
Viz comics.
Viz comics. Yeah. Well, we got Viz over here, and it's going back years ago. There used to be a guy in there called Terry Fuckwit. Now, this is Mikel Fuckwit we're talking about now, right? And this is what I'll be saying. I'll be saying because he will ruin your career. Go somewhere else. I would. That would be my advice to him, my son. If he could do that, I'd say go somewhere else. Don't bother playing for Arsenal. Yeah, but I support him. I don't care. Don't play for him. Go and play for somebody else. Because as far as I'm concerned, this asshole that's still in charge of us, yeah, he ain't taking this club any further. Because the signing, I mean, we signed whatever his fucking name is, Cauliflower, right? So what I'm saying is, right, what other players are going to be coming to us now? Because we need a backup from Saka. We need a centre mid. There's talks now that Thomas Partey is definitely going to be leaving. So if he leaves, and he's not replaced, Jorginho will be playing there next season.
Right.
We can't be having that. And also, we need a striker as well. So,
right. But the thing is, though, too, Anthony, is that if we get a striker in, where does that put Kai Havertz? To me, that puts him at left mid.
midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And we know that left side is weak. With Zinni hopefully going, I think Calafiore is the replacement for Zinni. I pray that he's the replacement for Zinni. I don't mind Tommy staying. Obviously, I want to see what Timber brings. Ben White has solidified the right side. Starsky and Hutch, Saliba and Gabrielle in the middle. I think Saliba stays one more season because I think I'm sure he's got a bumper raise after last season. And Real Madrid, to be honest, they don't need him right now. They don't really need him. They can buy any player they want. And they're going off, of course, his record and what he did in the Euros and what he's done for Arsenal. They don't need him. He would be a luxury player for them, right? But that's not to say he won't go.
No.
But the thing is, the left side is weak. We've all seen it. We know it. Martinelli had a shit season last season, 5 or 6 goals. The season before that, we had a great season of 15 goals. He had a drop off. So I think there's still mystery of Martinelli, Trossard, who's going to play on the left side. But it's that left midfield side that has me worried. Not worried if Thomas Partey is in the CDM in a 4-3-3, because I have no problem putting Declan Rice on the left side to go up and down the pitch like he is supposed to do. But the thing is, you put a striker in there, Thomas Partey leaves, that puts Declan Rice at the number 6, and that leaves the number 8 open. Obviously not the Odegaard 8, right?
Good. I'm just going to catch up with some of the comments in the chat first of
Who
all.
would that player be, though?
Big up Michael Chelsea FC, big up Early Doors Football TV, Jez and the guys, smash the likes, thank you, matey, and big up to Ross as well. Just going to come up with some other bits here as well. What's Ace has got here? Well, before we do that, Darren Sullivan says, well, sack the useless Mick Arteta. His time is now running out. Very poor squad. Ben White thinks he's God. We'll never win the Champions League. Yeah, I think we know that part. When Stanley and Stewart are the worst out of the Premier League clubs. Josh Kroenke was to hire Edward Wood, at least he would be buying top-tier talent. Don't know about that. Ooh. Sniffing all right, sniffing toes. California done deal yet? Not yet. Big up to Brian CFC as well. Big up to yourself. They were saying lower in that. I'm going to come back to some star comments shortly. And then we're going to move on to another topic as well. Through overhyped Darren, I asked the players show their true colours in the Euros. And he's always been consistently viewed more than most. Yeah, he has on that, that's for sure. Just as much as the ownership as it is the board. Big up to Chris Metty, Football TV. Yeah, we're all good, mate. Hope you are as well. Anyone who pays 100 million for a footballer is soft in the head.
Bullshit. I agree with that 100%.
Big up James E. AFC. Edu's so bad. I think 100% Arteta is doing a better job than him at Arsenal. I thought he'll never say that about anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, Stan Kroenke said himself he's not here to win trophies. Yeah, I think we've heard this one.
Come on, guys. See, can I debate that for just 1 second? Go back to the Stan Kroenke. For 1 second. Stan Kroenke has winners in the Rams, Ross. He has winners in the Nuggets who've won trophies. I can't imagine that Stan Kroenke would actually come out and verbally say that. Maybe he has, but I just think that all his other franchises are winners and have been winning.
Well, Denver Nuggets won it not long ago, did they, Del?
Right,
Denver Nuggets.
And the Rams won it 2 or 3 seasons ago. So they just, again, you've got to see SoFi Stadium when the Rams play. It is the most sophisticated, high-end, advanced stadium one of them in the world. It's incredible. So Kroenke wants Arsenal to succeed. Josh Kroenke wants Arsenal to succeed and win trophies. We want that as well. But if it's going to take heat off of Stan Kroenke, he's going to say shit like that. I think that's just the type of owner he is. He's going to say what's on his mind at the time, but deep down, he wants to win.
Yeah, look, as Goonie says, Jez, I'm done. It's not the Arsenal we know. I've clicked the comment that Luke's going to come back to that shortly. Arteta only wants yes boys, not men. Yeah, we know that one. Big up to Moss, Marquinhos on Champions Fluminense, and I'm sure Califurio will get over there. I mean, look at the things he wants over Arteta. Have another.
California and Norwich.
Don't think our player not too bad in the Euros. Don't forget who was managing him, Gareth Arteta. Califurio played the 10th game of the season, not pre-season, ready. That's going to be the narrative. What's happening to the mystery German signer that Arteta blurted about? Again, hype and finesse.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
I've no energy for this club anymore. How in the chat. Big up to Liam. Big up to Star-Lord. What footballers are most like Trump and Sleepy Joe? God, I don't think we've got enough time for all that. There's tons of players we can definitely mention.
But Eddie Nketiah. And
there's your start straight away. Emerson Cozier, big up to yourself. Jez, they will play in the Bournemouth match and get about 45 to 60 minutes. I've seen these players in the academy pre-season matches over there, Setford and Roja. Yeah, as Vicker said, Man United have rattled rival fans after a long time. Yeah, we haven't mentioned that bit about Man United and obviously Villa and West Ham doing the business compared to you guys, that's for sure. Big up to Philly 2109. Big up Jez and everyone in the Arsenal history with more and everyone in the chat. Arsenal to finish second again. They don't learn from last season and buy a striker.
We have a striker. His name is Kai Havertz.
Yeah, 12
I,
goals.
mean, I just think that's it. And like Anthony said, we're not going to spend another 100 mil till way down the line.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening.
No.
Yeah, see, Ross, they won't get a striker. Kai is going to be starting up top this season, guaranteed. They will get some text with the backing.
What about Nwari?
Yeah, we got him. He's already there.
Yeah,
If Nketiah gets sold, I have no problem bringing Nwari in, this Chiba Oba Martin kid. Give Nwari some time.
Mm.
Yeah, fact.
Big up to Bargav, big up Burley Dawes and the panel. Big up to Bong Chang Pukan. This season, you've got to win something, anything. This is true, already. Because if he doesn't win anything, I think it's obviously his time is virtually it's got to be done in it, really, if he doesn't do anything.
I don't know.
I think I should stick to his garden barbecues in Hampstead. Faxdale, Conky won trophies everywhere. Tevez equals Trump.
There we go.
That 3 million to Sao Paulo was to strengthen club relationships. How many Brazilian star talents have we signed from them since?
Exactly.
We were a laughing stock. If I go to any games this season, it's comedy value. No point in getting wound up anymore. Well, from the outsider's point of view, and that it's always the gift that keeps on giving, unfortunately, is Arsenal Football Club.
That's a very expensive comedic show, Darren.
Facts there is hard to accept the games. Yeah. Aces is saying Arsenal striker is called Trossard.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's that as well. Big up to Aguna Matata. 21 years, do one crook. I see you next Tuesday. Don't care about us. What he wants to win. Oh my God, 21 years. Tell me he doesn't care. So these owners and bald Arsenal won't win shit. They're not going to win anything this season. I'll put my ass up on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back onto that Bentley, actually, I've started this for Dominic Buckner. He's a Wolves fan. He said he's very bad. He'll probably let goals in by missing the ball.
There we go.
Well, just put Anthony Herbert in goal. Herbert, number 1.
Yeah.
Hands like shovels. Look at these hands are like David Seaman. I don't. I should have said that. They may have had it running through them, but got proper hands.
Gardening gloves to put on.
There's a phone number for that, Anthony, but we won't do that now anyway.
Who identifies these players? That's my question. Who identifies and says, "Oh, I want that player"? Who is it? Because
It was Wenger before, right?
needs to be sacked.
Yeah, he did. We always thought, Jez, it was the manager. The manager that wanted the players. The manager used to turn around and go to the owner. There was no middleman. What about the middleman? There was no middleman. It was the manager that spotted the talent, and the manager turned around and he went to the owner and said, "Look, we need this player. If we get this player, we're guaranteed top 6, a European place, or top 4. He scores 25 goals plus this, that, and the other. Are you going to pay?" And he turns around and he look at it and he goes, "Yeah, bring him in." And they bring him in. He has a medical, and there and then he signs on the dotted line. Done.
Bing, bang,
Rest of
bosh.
history. We ain't got that today in football. We haven't. I don't know why the rules are changed, but it's shit.
They don't know the European market. Anthony, I've said it a billion times already today. Like Wenger if Jez, Anthony, tell me real quick. Sorry to take over, Tom, for 1 second. Tell me players that Arsenal played against another team, and those players destroyed us. What players from those teams would Wenger look at and get in? Right? You guys see where I'm going with this?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I see. But also, we did have 2 people behind the scenes that were world class at identifying talent. We haven't got that anymore.
David Dean.
Sir Peter Hill Wood. We haven't got that. And they were excellent negotiators. We haven't got that. We are now struggling with a manager that I think is a complete prick. And we've got Edu, right, that is out of his depth. Doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Fact.
I mean, I'm just going to finish up on this. I mean, obviously, Arsenal Manic's asking how you get strong hands like Anthony. Anthony, I think you'll answer that.
Yeah, I can answer that easy. You get your hand like that, you go it like that, and it's called your 5 a day. All right. So just remember.
See,
There's lots of videos on the internet that can help sort of
Help you as
guide
well.
you as well.
Fuzzy
I
got
mean,
massive hands.
Big says here, go outside the European market. Go outside. Sorry, Jez.
I thought it was your tractor, a big hand.
Script says here, look, go outside the European market. I mean, that's kind of in certain respects what we do at West Ham with Stetson. He's doing that. He's been given because obviously, Lopetegui is basically head coach. He's not a manager, so this is giving him kind of the blueprint to get the players in, which is helping in our respect. We've started off early. Obviously, Man United, as James Lamprey said, are cooking. They're buying the players, and Villa, they've obviously stepped up. So very interesting times here. Strong hands and strong wrists, I reckon. Yeah. But for the love of football, stand up their owners is a joke. Big up to Philly 219. Havertz was one of the worst players in the Euros. To me, he looked like a passenger. And the Germany team, if Arsenal were relying on Havertz, then there's some serious trouble. Full Krug was better.
Yep.
True.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
No worries, mate. I didn't mention it, so that's the key thing. Winger liked his technicians. I'm sure Odegaard will get in.
For sure.
Yeah. 25 a day.
Anthony's.
That's why he's got the day off tomorrow. He's getting his jobs work. He's quoting for the month.
Oh,
Not having any
definitely.
real gooners will feel the same. Trip saying when Arsenal eventually fail to win the league again and again and again, maybe they will change.
Maybe.
Really? But if they do, it's too late. I mean, what is it now? 21 years without Premier League. So what are we going to do? 21 becomes 22, 22 becomes 23? Because I can see this being like a 25-year spat, in all fairness.
Yeah.
I can.
Sorry, is it correct what Gooney are putting here? Havertz is on £320,000 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ.
thought it was 280k a week.
No, it's
No.
285. It's 285 a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, it's 280. You're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Wow.
Still more money per week on his own than the whole of Ipswich Town Football Club has.
Yeah.
No, he's saying that it's correct. He's saying it's 320,
That's
so
what
it'll be interesting.
I have heard that, but I have heard it's 320. I've heard it's 290, 285.
It might be 320 after bonuses. Or,
Yeah, it's bonuses.
or contract incentives, maybe the base salary, or it might be 320 before tax. And it's 280 after tax or something. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I've said it all along. There's something when we signed him, there was something in this contract that he had to have game time. I called this out on Jez's show when we first signed him. I mean, me and Jez was the two people that said there might be a player in there just waiting to come out to play for a decent, score goals and have a decent game. But, he did prove himself roughly towards the end of last season, though, didn't he, Jez?
Well, Christmas time onwards, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
only he played him up top. But he's still not the man. Sorry.
No.
He's still not the man.
I mean, as Ian McCauley says here, you've already finished as a club. I'm not expecting anything this season coming, which is
Fact. But we have in the chat. If you don't like Arsenal or Arteta, why not go support Madrid like the Plastic League gunner?
Trouble is, though, I can see it, Jez, this season. We got now until right up to that last minute, the end of the transfer window, and I can see it now. Through this price that we've paid through Declan Rice, this 100 million, we've got to sell one of our top quality players to even out the book, because a lot of players are there on a lot of wages, and FFP was coming knocking last season on our door, and we managed to get rid of that. Just be straight past it. So now, with these players coming in, I can see at least one player leaving. And I tell you now, it's going to be Saliba, our centre-back. He'll be Real Madrid bound.
if you lose him and that. I mean, that's your defense is that's going to be
We
Not a
know
good
screwed.
They don't win the trophy.
who he is. We know who that is. It's good old
Yeah. I
usual.
thought
I mean, don't forget this guy, Bobby Olm. Don't forget, right? Not last season, season before. He lost everything in betting. He lost everything he had in the world. He turned to religion and everything like that. Yeah, and he's still going with it. Yeah, he's still going with the faithful. See, these guys, right? They're absolute little trolls who know nothing about football. You know nothing about Arsenal. Why don't you, Bobby? Why don't you come and join me on one of my streams and we'll have a debate about the history of Arsenal Football Club? Let's see how much you know, because you've only been supporting the club probably from 2006? Let's talk about the real Arsenal. Yeah, let's talk about when we were a great club, not when we started to collapse, because at the end of the day, Muppets lighting. Now, interesting point here. I've got an old buddy of mine, right, who's the same age as me, and I'm taking him to the airport tomorrow morning, right? And there's people that he gave up his season ticket 2 years ago. He still lives right opposite what used to be the old Highbury North Bank. He's still there, right? Yeah, with his wife. His kids have grown up, flown the nest, and moved away. He gave up his ticket 2 years ago. I gave mine up in 2016. We both had our season tickets, right, from 1976, right? I spoke to him the other day. Now, this guy, I won't say, he's not here, so I can say, he's a proper fucking wrong 'un. He was a gooner. He was a proper gooner, right? You didn't mess with him. He's a lovely, lovely man, but he was one of the top boys. You've heard me talk about him sometimes, Sheepskin Steve, well, that's him, right? And he gets the right cob on when people talk about Arsenal being this and that and everything else, because he, like me, has been there and seen it. We've been through the bad times, been through the good times, but at the moment we're going through a shit time. But at the end of the day, when I said to him, why did you give your ticket up 2 years ago then? He said, I don't know enough for the fans. So is it all?
Good answer.
I mean, I've just seen a comment here, made me laugh, from Steve Cox. This is just like Moyes in, Moyes out. Yeah, we've been through this stage, and you're doing it all again, unfortunately. We know, obviously, if Arteta don't do it this season, he's got to be gone on it at the end of the day. There's no two way about it. Jim saying, Kai will prove anyone wrong and scores 0 goals this season. Just going to catch up on the chat, then I want to go on to the next thing, because it's got some relevance to what we're just saying about your mate as well there, Jez. To Dave, Arsenal gun out to the panel and everyone in the chat. Asked one of those mutants where Holloway's road was, they couldn't answer the melts. That just says it all.
Where's Holloway Road?
AC Milan, Bayern, and Fenerbahce all set their managers after coming second. Second is failure. Failure has consequences. Arsenal instead rewarded it. Yeah, great comment. The lack of Arsenal signings is concerning. Michael Chelsea FC, this Bobby Olmsted is part of the problem in Arsenal fan base. Jazz is land of the facts. Absolutely correct. It's very sad, and obviously Bobby Olmsted should come on as he knows so much, and we're all plastic. Exactly that. So true. I just want to highlight back onto what Luke put up here, though, was the passion and the love for the game has all but gone. Teams prioritising and dismissing cups. How ridiculous! There is so much too much money in the game now. On the flip side of that, and it's happening not just with one club; it's happening with quite a few clubs now. And it's, I mean, Jez, you mentioned about the season tickets price increase, and Anthony's done exactly the same. But, there's a big thing going on at West Ham as well, where concessions, there is going to be virtually no concessions. So an 18-year-old student can come in and he's going to pay the same price as a middle-aged person. A pensioner will pay the same price as someone in the middle-age band. There is no kind of concessions. It seems like they're trying to price people out of the game. And it's not just West Ham. This is quite a few clubs. And it's quite worrying in the respects because, I know what's going to happen with us. We've got the Betway Cup coming up and there's going to be a big boycott. And rightly so. At the end of the day, that's what should be done. I mean, well, I'll start with you, Jez, and we'll work our way on the panel. I mean, what's your view on that?
Well, let's look at it. The way I look at it, right? You know, my mate Steve was saying that one of the reasons, there was two reasons he packed it up, right? A, he was fed up with some of the fan base, and he said, B, it's too expensive. Now he can walk to the Emirates from where he lives. It's a 20-minute walk, if that, right? Yeah. But as he said, it's just I'm not prepared to pay the prices. When we were being served up rubbish football, I'm not paying it. And I'm fed up, he said. The fact is, football was the game for the common man.
Working man.
The working man.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, that's a better term. The working man, right? Rugby was always a little bit more elitist back in the day. You know, it's a bit more sort of. There's a classic, wasn't it? Football is a game for gentlemen played by thugs. Yeah, and rugby is a game for thugs played by gentlemen. You know, that's a very true saying. But at the end of the day, it's got so expensive now for people, and it's the day trippers now that will come in once a year. They'll get in their lottery ticket that the club are doing now with certain season tickets at Red Level and all that. Yeah, so you can get your day out once a year, have a steak sandwich with chips and a free drink, which is absolute rubbish. 27 quid, yeah, and go along with the get along gang and sit there. Oh, I'm at my second home. Oh, look at this, I'm at my second home. Oh, they don't even watch the fucking game. Right?
That's been said.
My last ever game, before I shut up, my last ever game, right, at the Emirates in the North Bank, right, I was there with 3 or 4 other guys, and we stood up to see an incident like that, what was going on down by the corner, and a woman tapped me on my shoulder. Didn't know who she was, never seen her before, and I used to know the 3 seats she had behind her. I knew 3 guys that used to sit there, like I've known for years. And she tapped me on the shoulder and she said, in a very posh, nice voice, "Excuse me, could you sit down? Because my children can't see." And I just turned around and looked at her and I said, "Fuck off."
And that's when you grab one of the kids and chucked him overboard into the lower tier.
Yeah.
Little bastard, shut up.
You're learning the hard way.
I mean, like, you know, as Steve Cox has put here, West Ham are trying to euthanasia by putting RAPs up into the gods. I mean, you know, that just kind of says it all. I mean, fun enough, I saw earlier on, there's a young lad in Manchester. He goes around quite a few places, and he kind of brought this stuff up. And he actually went to Man City and speaking to some people outside the local pub before the game. How would they feel about this concession thing coming in? As the loss of concessions, and as the majority of them said, it allowed, you know, having the concessions allows me to watch the games. If they take that away, then as you just said there, Jez, you know, for me as a working man and that, I can't afford to go and watch them anymore.
No.
I'll have to, you know, it's one of those. It's, but there's, I mean, if you look at for West Ham, obviously we don't own the ground, we rent the ground, so that's a debate in itself because obviously, you know, we should be making a bit more money than some of the other clubs, but we know full well that's not the case. But you save up to buy your season ticket. I mean, like, you know, when we looked at we talked about that a couple of months back, where your cheapest one was like £1,038, the cheapest season ticket. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. And they're gonna take that concession away. It's just ridiculous. I mean, Anthony, I mean, how do you feel about it?
I used to always be like robbery. I mean, you look at it. I mean, I was on the show, Jez was on the show, and even Lee Gunner mentioned it. I mean, if you're a season ticket holder, you've been under. I think it's if you went to 17 home games or under, there's a possibility the following season you can lose your. You know, you can lose your season ticket, and so basically what they do, from what I was gathering, what Lee was saying is, if you go to the game and you scan it, it all comes up on the system. So they know because it's got a ticket number. Once they bring that ticket number up, they got your name. So they know how many times you've been to that game. If you've been to that game and you haven't been to many home games or away games or whatever it is as well, they can turn around and they say, right, well, this person hasn't been to go and he's not. So we're putting down at the bottom of the pile. This one's been, and do you know what I mean? So it's all prioritizing people that goes to watch the games. And it's like I said, it's wrong, really. Personally, I wouldn't ever pay. I mean, I'm in Bristol. I'm not a season ticket holder with Arsenal at all. But even if I lived near the ground at the Emirates, I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't go and pay to watch them. It's bad enough. It's bad enough. But watching it, bad enough paying it on bloody Sky Sports and BT Sports. What you've got to pay. You know, it's like with Dow, with like most probably ESPN or wherever. You know, when you're watching it, you've got to pay for that, and prices are going up on that. But I reckon soon all these rights are going to stop. And it's like with Arsenal, I think Arsenal will be the first team to do it in the Premier League, then Man City. I reckon it stopped being shown on Sky Sports and BT Sports, and Arsenal will make out their own Arsenal TV, not Fan TV, not that shit, Arsenal TV, and then you'll have to pay a monthly subscription fee to watch them. And then that, over the years, that'll gradually start going up for a month. So if it's like 50, if they start off, let's say they start at £50, the following season they'll put that up by another £50 because they know people will pay it and watch it. So that'll be £100. That'll be £100 a month. Do you know what I mean? So I can see it coming.
They can eliminate, the middleman, meaning the TV broadcast for sure. In America, we get it on two separate channels. We have a cable channel, which you would pay for with your normal cable TV, called the USA channel, and they show pretty much 3 games from about 4 in the morning all the way till like 10:30. Then they do a goal zone show, which is a half-hour show of all the goals from the 3 preceding games, and then NBC, which is a station you can get with just having a television. You don't even need cable. They show the late game. So your evening games, let's say your 8 o'clock games, are on at noon here on the West Coast on normal television. Like, you don't need cable to watch a Premier League game on NBC on a Sunday morning, which is crazy. I mean, I get it though, but I think Anthony's right. I think that's going to be the model going forward for a lot of maybe every single club, you know. But there's so much money though to be made on this TV networks that I just think like clubs, let's say like even West Ham, would suffer because West Ham doesn't have the American viewership that clubs like United, City, Liverpool, Arsenal have. They just don't have the fan base here in America, right? So that might be a cheap option for American Hammers fans if they have to pay £5 a month to watch it on WestHam.tv.
Yeah,
that might be a better deal for American Hammer fans.
It was quite interesting, Dale. I mean, I remember years ago, Sky was actually going to do a season ticket for whatever club you supported. But for some reason, I don't know why, it never went ahead with it, which was quite strange, really, because you'll think that's got to be more lucrative doing that than actually kind of paying for a season ticket. I mean, Fuzzy, what's your view on all this? I mean, as Man United taking concessions away from Old Trafford?
I don't think they're taking concessions away, but I know that they put pricings up again by about 5% on season tickets. But even with that price increase, like record sellout rates in record time as well. So even though it's being made even more expensive, I mean, the club know though that they can do something like that because they've got the fan base giddy. So, pulling the heartstrings a bit, you stick your pricings up to astronomical figures, or you bump them up slightly just to sort of test the waters. And still, even with a price increase, everyone's like, oh, buy, gimme, I'll take it. It's like you get the free handouts on like a table or something at a show or something, and everyone's super greedy. It's just diving all over the table and just like, give it all to me. It's kind of like they just don't really care as to the morality behind it. It's just because the the clubs, when they know that they've got fans on a string, they can really like bend you backwards and see just how flexible a fan is. Right, they'll stick you on a torture device and roll you out and see how far you stretch. With West Ham's case, they're trying to roll and bend and break the fans and see just how far these guys will go. And with protests, then, you know, that's where the clubs realise, oh, we've hit breaking point. Well, at least we know not to go past this point anymore. We can try maybe again in a year or two in a different way, but we won't test the waters with this one straight away. So I think whilst you may stop concessions with the sort of protests like what West Ham fans are going to do, they'll try and find other ways. Like it's like the concept of ESL. The idea in principle you stop, but the nature of the beast is that it doesn't go away forever. It's going to come back around. Like, it will come full circle, and they'll try again in a different form. So,
yeah, it's true. I mean, we had that with the bond scheme. We protested against that, and then of course, when we moved into the London Stadium, I think it was a couple of years back, we, GSB out and protested that way. I mean, obviously, we saw Arsenal Alex go to the Emirates for that protest, and I think only a couple of hundred people turned up for it. So it's one of those. It's definitely relevance. I mean, just seeing Darren Sullivan's comment here. He mentions about non-league Wealdstone. I'll have to ask you, Darren. Do you see the Wealdstone Warrior, the man who wants to fight everyone?
Oh
Yeah.
About 4'2".
Yeah, 4'2". Yeah, you want to fight? Go on,
You want your fucking stands? You want some? You want some?
Is that the old guy with glasses?
Yeah,
that's the one.
He's got his spine looks like Elmer Fudd.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one. Yeah, that's the one.
I've been told on a show that's Jez's twin. You know, that's a joke, Jez. Jez, that's a joke.
I thought that was your stepbrother, Anthony.
Go on, see someone, Jez. You do want to see.
Oh my God.
Mate, I wouldn't fight him. No, he's too.
I thought it was Pete Haywood.
Right.
Exactly that.
Peter Haywood.
You know what I mean? I'd rather go down Millwall and like get in with that lot and fight him. He's
So
strong.
good with the light.
Yeah.
Also,
He offered Tyson Fury out as well, didn't he, on the video? Did you see that?
He'll probably knock him out as well, though, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Arsenal Medic saying, ain't Man United and Chelsea have their own TV channels for a long while now? Yeah, most clubs have, but Sky was talking about doing their own, as a fan, you buy like a season ticket. But saw this one as well. De Bruyne leaving to Al Hilal, next Haaland to Real City. Pep City will jump ship. Apparently De Bruyne is on the way out. Yeah, look, Steve Cox says here, look, 25-year season ticket holder in the Chicken Run. Those days are long gone, sadly, both financially and morally. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So and see that, and this is the problem with when you look at the owners. I mean, you've got it with the Cronkies, obviously. We've had it with Sullivan and Gold and Brady. It's the fact of, do they not realise where these clubs were built from in the first place? It wasn't a case of rich people that came in and built these clubs. It was a working man that, Thames Ironworks for West Ham. I mean, look, the Woolwich Arsenal for these guys. I mean, Man United, they all started off. But as you said, the big money coming into the game there, it absolutely ruins everything. And the fact of, who do they expect to be there, though? What corporate? We see corporate don't attend games because how many times do you look around a stadium when the camera flashes round and you've got an area completely empty?
Yeah.
And you know that's corporate.
And they're all inside having their prawn sandwiches and drinking, champagne and whatever. And, they're watching the game on the cameras inside, on the TVs inside. It's pathetic. It's pathetic,
They don't want to breathe the same air as the peasants.
Exactly.
Exactly that, yeah. Or they don't want to try the old greasy sausage roll or the burger and that, from the old burger vans. They don't know what they're missing.
What the old hot dog that's got a limp sausage in it.
That's the one. That's the one, Jez. Yeah.
Undercooked. You know what I mean?
Watery chopped onions on top of it, kind of thing, and then doused in mustard and ketchup, kind of thing.
Oh. Yeah. Well, one point too, like Jez was saying about the fans at the Emirates just a few minutes ago. I think part of the problem too is the phones. People putting their phone out. There've been stuff I've seen recently on social media, like techno DJs complaining at the crowd because no one dances anymore. They just stand there and record the fucking DJ. And then record themselves. Hey, look where I'm at. Hey, he's playing music.
Yeah.
Yay. Like, really? So I think social media is a problem. The damn phones. Everybody wants to record. Oh, look, I'm getting a picture of Sokka, Mom. Ooh, great. What do you do? Nothing. Oh, okay. Right? So I think the phones are a big problem. People looking at their phones. They're watching, the scores of other games. They're keeping up on their Twitter, and then, oh, he scored. Yay. Oh, Sokka scored. Yay. Oh, selfie. Yay. Right? How engaged are you in the game when you're doing that? I mean, no disrespect to fans. I mean, I get it. It's the craze for the youth, but the thing is like for old folks like myself and the rest of the panel here, except for you, Fuzz, you're a youngster still, that my phone's in my pocket. I'm cheering on, I'm at the pitch. I'm living in the moment.
Exactly.
Every time I've been at a game, even though I'm quite young, every time I've been at a game, my phone's not come out of my pocket once.
Good deal. Good for you.
At most, the phone's out before a ball's been kicked. It's like, oh, well, just take it in.
And maybe at the end when they're celebrating. Right.
There's more important things as a supporter of a club to do.
It's living in the moment. It's living in the moment.
And just to let you know, Darren, that Fuzzy will be a year older come Wednesday. We'll see that on the
it's going to be 17.
Ugly.
Right on, Fuzzy.
I'm going to look like him overnight.
Wow. That's quite a stretch.
Early in the morning.
You did say your hairline was going. You did say that last week on Wednesday.
How old are you going to be, Fuzzy, on Wednesday?
Real time.
How old are you
26.
26, okay.
Yeah, Steve says here, look at that. As a real West Ham fans group stated at the time of the move to Stratford, Gold, Sullivan and Brady did more damage to the East End than Hitler.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
It's true. All the promises.
Sullivan? Sorry to interrupt, Tom, but GSB, was that Gold and Sullivan?
Gold, Sullivan and Brady. GSB. Gold, Sullivan and Brady.
And they're out now, right? They've been out.
No, you've still got Brady there. You've got Sullivan there. Gold died, but his daughter and the son-in-law have now come onto the board as well. And then you've got Kretinsky, and you've got, I think, what's his name? The American guy is in there as well. And I think a couple of others. And, we mentioned it a couple of weeks back. Shaquille O'Neal's also interested in buying into the club, but that's kind of died a death a little bit. This is a great one. Arsenal Manic. It's a 10 to TV still a bet. Probably down in Bristol, Arsenal Manic. Anthony, I tell you.
Yes.
Channel 24/7.
I've still got CFAX down here.
Oh, wow. Sky Sports over there, brothers, but of course I do, Trip. Yeah. Don't get me started on Sky. Yeah. Well, we know they've got a lot of going on. beIN Sports still alive? No, well, it's not even BT Sports as well now either. It's now TNT Sports. That's the new one.
TNT, yeah.
It's exciting to think that Arteta could still be under pressure on 5 games, even a couple of wins and losses and 2 draws. It is still.
I use BING Sports. Funny enough, I've just been trying to renew my 3-year. It's $95, basically 75 quid. And I've been trying to renew it. I keep getting refused, and I just don't know why. Any payment I try and make to renew my annual subscription, I use it for like European games for Arsenal and 3 o'clock games when I'm doing watch-alongs or whatever. But I'm going to have to contact them because for some reason, whatever I did it last night again, and two different cards, which I know there's the money, and it kept getting binned. And one of them was binned by my bank. I'm thinking, why are you binning it? Why?
Hmm.
Don't know. I've got to find out. It's very annoying. I want to renew it for the pre-season tour of the United States. And I've got to get up at silly o'clock, but
Yeah.
you know, it's worth doing it. So I don't know. Got to work that one out.
Sky Sports will launch a new channel soon for EFL leagues. That's interesting.
Hmm.
The Raider, you want some? Yeah, the Raider, that's it. Yeah, you want some. That's the one. Yeah, the Wheelstone Raider. The Wheelstone Raider. Yeah. Usual Suspect says, get a Moody's Fire Stick, Nuts the Sky, and the other one. That bloke is Lee Gunner lookalike. The Wheelstone Warrior. Yeah.
What's the other one? The other guy, DC. That's it. Ronnie Pickering.
Oh, Ronnie
Yeah,
Pickering.
Ronnie,
No, man.
No,
Fucking
more.
Ronnie Pickering. No,
Now,
Warrior.
have you seen that clip, Dale?
When
Yeah, you have to look at, Ronnie effing Pickering, basically. So this bloke's on a moped, and basically this bloke in a car behind him follows him, chases after him, and all of a sudden he catches up with him. Do you know who I fucking am? No, who are you? I'm Ronnie Pickering. Who? Ronnie Pickering. Who? Who's the fucking Ronnie fucking Pickering going to be? Oh, mate.
Did you see the one where there was a fight broke outside the pub? It was two guys, and Ronnie Pickering was stood by the fence. He was drinking a pint like that. These two guys were having a fight. So this guy's leant over. He went to smack this guy. He's missed this guy, and he's clocked Ronnie Pickering like that. And all you see is Ronnie Pickering. He falls down flat like that. He's literally knocked out.
Yeah, Wheelstone Raider. You want some?
Yeah.
You want some?
I was like the girl that goes up to the DJ booth and wants 4 sambucas, and she thinks it's the bar. You guys see that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
4 sambucas, and he's like, "What do you want?" 4 sambucas. Okay, well, the bar's over there. This is the DJ booth. Oh, yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh, dear me. David Sullivan said, in the 80s, I don't know when it was, and in the 90s, you'd go to a game and get a freebie here and there. There was little money on the game there, nothing. Yeah,
Right.
nothing like that.
It's kind of what they do at like NBA basketball games too. They have like a little potato gun. They shoot T-shirts out. They give away swag. You can win contests. These are all during like Portland Trailblazer NBA games. And do they do that at Arsenal games? Do they give shirts out? Do they do contests or raffles during the match?
Used to, not anymore.
Yeah.
I know at West End they had they got one fan to go down on around the actual touchline, and they did a quiz thing and they get them to answer some questions, and that was about it really.
Wow.
Wrestlers hot dogs, God, they were the ones.
Yeah, God. They were awful.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I saw the other day, Jez, wrestlers hamburgers, four hamburgers in a tin. Jesus. Cucumber biscuits with prawn dips.
Ooh.
About as lit as Trump's appendage.
Yeah.
Michael at Chelsea FC says the game has changed for the worst. Real football fans getting priced out. Yeah, and this is the thing. This is the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Even the first few seasons at Emirates, Rats, they would go around with a gun of fire, box in the air for a fountain catch, which was a football top. Now nothing. Just give me more money.
Right.
Yeah, probably go around with the old collection boxes instead.
True.
Football clubs in the Premier. Michael, I've said it before. Football clubs in the Premier League want customers, not supporters. Yeah,
Right.
Great statement. That great.
That is.
yeah. That's got to be the best one, isn't it?
Sums it up. That is true. It's not about the fan. It's about the day trippers. And the everyday fan is being priced out of the game. And people who've got people who live on a pension now. That I know people that live on a pension. I was retired myself. Maybe you ain't got the money to go anymore. You might only live round the corner, right? But you've got to get there. You can walk to the ground, and the season ticket cheapest is like £1,050. Some people just can't afford that. And the fact that if you're red level, you're in the lottery scheme. Yes, you're paying that money, and you might only get to about the minimum games a season, 17, right? And then after that, you're down to the lottery. It's bollocks.
Shit, Jez, I'd love to go down to LA and take the wife and 2 kids to go watch Arsenal on the 28th. TJ's going to be there next week. It's going to cost me $4,000.
£4,000.
$4,000, bro, and that's not even. That's not even the. I'd probably drive down there because from Portland to LA is only
$4,000. That's $3.5 grand in our money. Jesus, stop that.
Yeah.
How far is it from Portland to Los Angeles? It's got to be away, isn't it?
To fly, it's only probably about an hour and a half, but to drive, it's about 1,200 miles. So if I was to fly with, well, my kids aren't really kids; they're 15 and 13, so I got to pay adult prices for their seats on the airfare. So for all that, hotel and stuff came out to about $4,000 or $5,000. We did all the calculations, and you can't find and trying to find a hotel in downtown LA. I mean, you're just spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's so expensive. I think beer there is like $15-$20 a beer.
Wow.
It's insane. I mean, and TJ's going, but TJ's going by himself, so that's different. If I was going by myself, I'd be down there with TJ. And, C Cubes will be down there, and a couple of other, like I think Tottenham and some other football supporters, but that TJ's networked with. But yeah, I was really hoping to go.
That's one game. That's one game.
Right. And that's not guaranteed to see Havertz, Saka, right? TJ may go there. He may be seeing second stringers. He may be seeing Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, he showed it early on. There wasn't any kind of people you want to see. I mean, I think there's even Ramsdale and Raya was mentioned in the team.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to go down there to play Fuzz. Fuzz is United, but
$4,000. You could fly to the UK for a week.
And that's what I'm saying, Jez. That's why I keep postponing London 2024, London 2025. But I just got to find the time to go get, the kids off of school. The wife has vacation.
Hey, I'll tell you,
and do all that stuff.
Next year, the time to do it, I'll tell you right now, right? If you want to come, you fly over to London. Don't stay in central London. You'll get absolutely ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fly to London. Yeah. Get a hotel just outside. You can get the tube straight down, easy. Right. Stay in somewhere like Barnet. It's not a great area, but it's all right.
Right.
Yeah. Straight down and go to the Emirates Cup. Cheapest.
Right down the tube.
Yeah. Cheapest shit.
We were looking at some hotels, but they're all next to the stadium. Like there's a
they'll price you out now. They'll price you out from that.
Okay.
Yeah, not worth it.
Outside, man.
I've just got to see Darren Sullivan's comment here. Has anyone visited Rwanda yet? No disrespect, just putting it out there because something that TJ showed earlier on, and I'm going to share it with you guys now. This is your pre-match training tops that the Arsenal players are going to put on.
Watermelon.
Great.
Stormzy.
What do you think of that?
I think that's a hideous shirt.
I literally can only think about
Then you're
watermelon.
gonna have to turn that off. That's doing my eyes in already. That.
But look at, I mean, that
But
top
see,
is that's just a training top, and that's 60 quid.
When I see this what this tells me is that they're looking to advertise to a young fan base, not the club, but the style of the shirt. It's not about the club; it's about the style of the shirt. Oh, mommy, I don't support the club, but I like the colors. That's fashion wear. That's fashion wear.
Well, the thing is, now, if you look at the model's face, he doesn't look like he's happy wearing that top.
He's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy at all.
Yeah.
It's like my friends are going to see this.
Why would you be happy wearing that pile of shit?
Wow. I mean, yeah, that just kind of...
colors, it's fashion wear.
Just for comparison, right?
High design.
Bring mine up as well. Like the Man United's pre-match shirt. There you go. I think that's it there. Yeah. So that's basically the top there. Simple.
Yeah.
Bit of a pattern to it. Simple.
Not too bad.
Man United colours. Happy days.
That's something you could wear.
Yeah.
It's actually all right. That I like that.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's quite,
So just a bit more straightforward, easily marketable, looks easy on the eye.
Terrible.
Can't
bad.
go wrong with it.
Yeah.
terrible
At
bad.
least that's close. At least that's closer to being worth £60. I mean, I still wouldn't pay 60 quid for just a top like that, but still.
Shocking. That's a nice shirt. That's a subtle. I'd wear a shirt like that.
They'd have to have the Arsenal
I
logo on it.
remember when the bruised banana first came out, the Arsenal classic. Everybody loves nowadays, and everybody's slagging it. And I must admit, I was bought it by the wife for my birthday, my 30th, and I thought, oh my god, what is this? I'm like, oh, thanks. I mean, I remember she said, "Well, don't you like it?" I went, "Well, yeah, it's all right." I said, "But it didn't go down well when she bought it." And then it sort of grew on me a bit. And I thought, And then it made a resurgence about 4 years ago. They brought out the replica ones of it, And when you actually look at it, it's actually quite a unique shirt. So, but that one we just seen, that whatever the hell that's supposed to be called, that looks like a sliced up bloody melon to me. No, I won't be buying that. No, it's disgusting, shocking.
Well, more or less to Darren's point, though, wasn't he trying to make the point that Arsenal's never been to Rwanda, yet we have Rwanda on our shirt for the past how many seasons?
Good point.
Sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But the reason we won't go there, we know, is there's no money.
True.
Well, this is what West Ham brought out last year, the Hawaiian fashion.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
I kind of like the blue shit. Come on, Tony. You know you got one of those. Come on.
I can't say now. I can't say that. I really can't.
That
Let me see if I
genuinely
can
does
find,
look like pajamas.
Yes, well, you actually have to ask who in the football clubs gives the okay on these shirts and God knows what, because either they're seriously on some serious drugs or they're an alcoholic, because I'm sorry, they are. And who the hell Adidas and that who's making these shirts up for Arsenal? What are they on?
Yeah, they ain't got a clue. They ain't got a clue, have they? Do you know the shirt that I like?
Sure.
The shirt that I like is what Jez wears. I believe Jez. Oh my God, look at that.
What? Tell me one thing right now.
James Lampereau.
What's got to do with West Ham? A Hawaiian
Hey,
shirt.
you used to wear that, didn't you? That shirt, that was Tom Selleck in Magnum PI. He used to wear shirts like that, didn't he? He did, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a Hawaiian shirt.
Tom Selleck, up the hammers.
Yeah, but as you said, Jez, what has that got to do with You imagine if you went on holiday wearing one of them. Jesus Christ, I think you would never live it down.
Dear.
That shirt suit Fuzzy. Out of any of us, it would definitely suit Fuzzy.
When Jez goes to Cancun, he throws on the West Ham floral shirt.
But you know when you go on holiday, right? Yeah, and you get taken away with the moment, and you're having a great time, and you're chilled out, and you're having a few drinks and all that. Yeah? I must admit, when the wife and I, a few years ago now, we went out to the Dominican Republic. Nightmare holiday. That's another story. Hated it every minute I was there. And I bought a couple of these like Hawaiian type shirts, and I bought a red one and a blue one. Yeah, so I was partly out there, walking around in these Hawaiian shirts and all that. Yeah. When I got home, they went in a drawer. Never worn them since.
Yeah, never see the light of day. Yeah.
They went into a charity bag probably 6 years ago. You know what I mean? But at the time, when I'm out there, I'm strolling down the beach. And look at me, look at my Hawaiian shirt. You know, look at this.
Yeah.
Not a Hawaiian shirt, but a Dominican Republic type thing. And I'm like, this is cool. You know, you never see it again. Waste of money. Pathetic. I would never wear a shirt like that again.
Yeah. I'm disappointed, Jez, you didn't wear that shirt in the pub. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what, but the hotel we stayed at, which was an absolute dump, because it wasn't a hotel we should have stayed at, right? We had this suite thing, and we're looking out, there's a football pitch, right? And I thought, there's a bloody football pitch out there. Next thing I know, there's this team turns up in Arsenal shirts. They weren't Arsenal, they were just a team in the Dominican Republic that were all playing football in Arsenal shirts. And I was like, sat on the balcony with my mojito and all that sort of stuff, watching this lot. I'm thinking, why the hell are you wearing Arsenal shirts?
Well, just see the comments coming through. You know, when we showed the tops, it's brilliant. You know, the comments here. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? God, look at the state of that. What on earth is that? I don't know what you call that. Yeah, a real bodge job. Oh, wow. It looks like someone has had diarrhea. I can't spell. Sorry, no, you're probably right in the first place. Looks like a Tiffany lampshade. It'll attract bees and wasps, that's for sure. AFTV's tie design. Fuck me, Stevie Wonder won't wear. Stevie Wonder won't wear that.
Honestly, dear God, where do these designers get it from?
There's your friend.
Big up, Pete. Hope you're doing well, mate. No, I'm not obsessed with you at all. I think you're a complete prick, actually.
So that's where a rug went.
Well, apart from that, Pete, if you want to come on Jez's show, just message him.
He won't. I've asked him.
No?
I've asked him. He's a coward. He's a little
Absolutely,
coward.
Mama.
I've asked these guys every time, you want to come on and have a debate with me, then you're more than welcome. And they won't, because they're just little videos. You know what I mean?
Chicken shit.
They can't face a real Arsenal fan because they're not Arsenal fans. They are just absolute losers. Absolute losers. And they can't, they've never, I'll tell you what now, right? If I had any of them, that Pete Hayward or any of them little Muppets come on, they wouldn't last 10 minutes on my stream. I'd crucify them in 10 minutes. So that's disgraceful. Yeah.
Lynx body spray. Fuzz, do you use that?
Yeah,
Thankfully, I
yeah.
don't.
Good
Oh,
that
you
you
went
understand.
Else my house
Especially
does.
when Donna comes round.
I actually use Lynx Africa. I think it actually is quite nice.
Well, Lynx Africa, blimey, when it first came out, Jez, all them many moons ago. Bloody hell.
God, yeah, 20 odd years ago. But
Yeah.
that is a disgraceful shirt because some people have called it Free Palestine. I don't agree with that. I call that isn't what was Kenny's term, Pan African or something like that. I may have got that wrong, but that is a disgrace. If you're gonna bring a shirt like that out, right? To me, go and tour Africa. Go to Rwanda. Go to Nigeria. Go to Kenya. Go to these African nations that support Arsenal. Right? Give these African fans, right, a chance to see their club. Because unfortunately, a lot of those dedicated Arsenal fans abroad are never going to get the opportunity to come to England to see Arsenal play. Because of costs and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it's a disgrace. That is the biggest embarrassment to this football club. It's a disgrace.
I agree with Ian. Says I want the yellow and blue to come back. Bring back the Dial Square colors. At least that has some heritage to it.
Fact. Well, the other night,
Thanks, Ross. Yeah, I've actually got one of those actually. Dear.
Jez, I'm going to get that shirt and I'm going to wear it on the whole show.
well,
Just wears that in France.
you won't be coming on my show.
I might,
Yeah, just to see you in the back room, and all of a sudden you thought, "Fuck that," and bin you off.
See ya. Bye.
not only your opinions that matter to the show, it's the fashion you wear too.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, usually he's right there. If you worn that at the bowling, you'll get bashed up. Yeah, no, there's no two ways about it.
Fact. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Huckleberry, Tony PI all the way. Tony, just grow the stash and get some aviators on. I've actually got aviators actually, so yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, look, Dal. Ian McCauley's saying you can stay at the Premier Inn in Hackney and 30 bus to Holloway Road, 25 minutes away. There you go.
Perfect.
4 bags to watch a couple of B teams. Yeah, exactly.
I think that was is that one the Premier Inn that Steve worked in, was it? OSG. Or School Gunner.
Yeah. No, he's more. I think he's more. Yeah, it could be actually thinking about it. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, if you stay in Hackney, or you can just get the tube straight down to Finsbury Park, right there. Straight there.
Deal. Good deal.
Yeah, that's what good about the chat, and they can always help you out with some things. Or you're going to the hotels are not that bad. Plus, be good on the pocket.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, you can also get a family room there.
Good, because I'm not a big hotel guy. Whenever I go on vacation or something, I don't spend a lot of time at the hotel. I'm out doing what I want to do. Right? I only go there to sleep and drink.
All you want is somewhere to put your head down.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're going to be out all day, and you're going to be touring around.
Right.
I'd come and meet up with you up in North London and have a chat and then take you around a few sites and whatever.
Yeah, and hope to see everybody.
So you only want a bloody room to sleep. As long as it's clean, then you're fine, aren't you? And
I agree, 100%. It doesn't have to have fancy floors or artwork or any of that shit.
the only thing is, if I met up with you, right, and I took you around like where Highbury and all that lot is,
Right.
we're not going to be eating at the Emirates.
Okay.
That's for sure, isn't it?
I don't want that. I'd rather go to some pub and have the real deal. So
You'd be having what's that? The burgers and that. What was up earlier with the soggy onions? Yeah, you'd be having that.
Yeah, be having that.
definitely
Look at
got the roses.
Lynx Africa came out in 1995. Wow, all those years ago. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, when X came out.
1995. Yeah.
That was the year I left. That was the year I left school.
It's just smelling like a unicorn. Stab proof. Shit.
Jesus.
I think Usual Suspect disagrees a bit on Hackney.
The Man
I
United
am,
shirts.
I am getting that top now. I am going to wear it on the Arsenal history and more, definitely.
God, you ain't. If you buy that shirt, then you're a mug. 'Cause it's £105. You're going to spend £105 on that shirt.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Jez, even if I went online and let's say it wasn't a popper shirt, let's say if it was a cheap intimidation one, but it cost me from abroad, it cost me $20, right? Would I still be a mug?
Yeah. I don't condone the shirt. I think it's wrong. Look, mate, I've got principles.
Yeah, I knew that, but I wasn't going to do it anyway, Jez. I just pointed you up, but no. I'm the same as you when it comes to.
If you buy that shirt, I'm coming down and I'm burning your bloody tractor.
A bit busy, isn't it? Yeah, it is, Timmy. It is, that's for sure. Staying out till 80 years.
Hey, and don't forget, Anthony, I've got your address because you sent me your address, so I can send you that mug.
Oof.
Oh my! Is that? Have you sent it, or is the mug still here? In the, well, it's there in the corner. Do you know where? Is it there
Yes,
in this corner?
I'm posting it. I'm just waiting for a hard cardboard box to come in.
Oh,
I've
superb!
got it here, but
Yeah.
the little white boxes they come in, they won't last. They won't last in the post, mate. So I'm waiting for a harder one. And as soon as those arrive, I'll be posting them out.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah, see Fuzz. See, look, if you was an Arsenal fan, you'd be getting what I'm getting. I'm getting a mug, a key ring, a cap, a pair of socks. I
Swag.
think condoms as well. You see, look, you ain't look. None of that.
Condoms.
Condoms.
A condom sponsored by the defence of Saliba and Gabriel. You're hoping this season
Sounds
the
like a fresh
protection.
national team.
Wow. Bristol Rovers gear. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, no,
Oh,
Arsenal Links Africa. Yeah, I don't know, Darren.
Yeah.
Well, you probably get one of the old Links kits every top you buy. You get one of them Links kits with you.
I don't like it. I don't like Links. I don't like the smell of it. Links Africa. Every year, my mum buys me that, and I open up at Christmas. I open up the stocking. And I think, for fuck's sake, it's Links Africa. I don't like it. I end up giving it to the boy, my son.
I like it. I like it.
I never liked it. I've never liked this. I've never liked the smell of it. Never liked it.
If you got a Bristol Rovers mug, I'll get the wife to make you a Bristol Rovers mug.
No, thank you, Jess. No,
You kind of missed your loyalty to the Bristol Rovers on the show.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I had this Friday night on the American Idiot show about Bristol Rovers. It's funny enough, it was this guy up here. He mentioned about Bristol
You have
Rovers.
to pledge your allegiance to Bristol Rovers on the next show next week.
Oh, no.
Hey, Dal, I'll send you a mug, mate. But the cost of sending them to the Americans is stupid.
Crazy. Oh no, it's like I tried to order like a fresh Ego Kid hat or something, and the hat was like 14 pounds, but it was like to deliver it was like $40. I was like, fuck that. I'm spending $50 on some
Stupid money. Ever
There you go,
since Brexit,
I did
COVID,
it just-
it's
yeah.
COVID times. The price of sending stuff from abroad is just mad.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in New York, that'd be just right across the pond, but you're getting it clear across the United States as well, So, yeah, it's going to be a lot expensive to send things to the West Coast from the UK than it would be to the East Coast, for sure.
And do you know the answer to that one? Henry's asking.
How much is a Bristol Rovers season ticket out to laugh out loud? Fuck all, because they're shit and it's not football and they're in League One.
Do you have a Bristol Rovers tattoo?
No. On my no.
BR,
On my
no.
phone here, because I'm on my mobile phone, I've got a split screen of here. One side is my home team at Bristol City, and the other side is Arsenal. So that's what it is.
Yeah, as Steve said, don't worry about the away shirt until Christmas. We'll be offering own bargains before you know it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the canon is all wrong, he's saying. No, it's the original, isn't it?
Hey,
The cannon on the shirt now, is that the original? The big cannon?
yeah, it's the other way round though.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Faces the wrong way.
Faces the wrong way. Jez knows the one that I got, Jez, the 79 FA Cup final. You seen me wear it, haven't you? On that one. That's the right one.
Yeah. Don't know why they changed it, but there we are.
As usual, saying to Henry, look, Bristol Rovers pay you to get the season ticket.
I think it's all right. The stands there is vile. It's all bloody all asbestos all over the corrugated. It's all that corrugated asbestos. The old asbestos on the bloody roofs down there. Fucking horrible.
True.
I went there once. I had a job, right? We were doing a house up, a refurb on a house, and we didn't have a portaloo, and I was dying for a piss. And they turned around and said, "Well, where are you going to piss to?" I said, "Well, I tell you what, the Rovers ground is round the corner. I'm going to go." So I walked round the corner. I pissed on that. That's true. That's true.
Brilliant. Good evening to Vic Lafayette. Evening, gents and ladies. Let's see if anything else in there. Old school gun, I said to you, Fuzzy, are you happy with the United have signed Lenny Euro? Well, we saw on Friday that he was ecstatic, basically, I think is probably the best word.
A little.
I wouldn't say I was over like crazy, like orgasmic.
You was
signing
Maverick
a
from
player.
Top Gun. You was Maverick.
But I'm more sort of enjoying like soaking in a club with a boardroom structure that's actually doing its job. Because if you're a United fan, you've watched absolute shit for over a decade and incompetency, and literally your director of football putting out to the press media saying it's not fair, I don't get respected by anybody. And you have to sit there, look in the reflection as a United fan and smile. Life is great. Whilst tears are pouring down your face. So it makes a very, very nice change to actually see people who know what they're doing, who are qualified for their job at the very least, and are actually doing a fairly good job. And not just that, but the situation with the squad is quite shit. So they're making the best of a bad situation, and hopefully, the sooner they sort the situation, the better the whole bigger picture gets. So
Henry.
No, exactly. Yeah, because
You're lucky. You're lucky. 10 years. I can tell you, Dal can tell you, and Jez can tell you, we've had it longer than 10 years at Arsenal.
And you're going to have it even longer.
And we're going to have it even longer. Exactly. So this is just so you know how we feel. Well, we've had it longer, like sort of thing. But within those 10 years and that, and you think longer. I mean, now if you want to go on to another team, like a London club like West Ham, they've been relegated. They're up and down more time than the horse knickers. But do you know what I mean? It's just like
we've learned how to super glue the old nickel lining around the waist now. We don't go down as often as like we used to.
No. Oh, you got the drawstrings like that. Is that right?
That's the one. Is the Cockney whinge in a typical Manc accent there? Okay, we were not too sure on that one.
I don't know if he's talking about Anthony though, because he's the only one really that's got an accent.
You guys all have accents. What are you talking about?
Says you.
Dal loves my accent. Dal loves my
Mr.
accent.
West Side.
Dal loves my accent.
I love it. You're my hero. Having the accent is part of the hero ship.
That's right.
Sexy.
Sexy.
Yeah, because I can see that fake idiot from AFTV law was lapping it all up again. It's people like him that allow the club to get away with the rubbish that they serve us. Yeah, absolutely. Finn Ice, yeah. Absolutely Finn Ice, yeah. West Ham, the band of gold. Coming in,
God. I watched a Danny Dyer video today, and they were asking him West Ham questions, and they were saying his favourite West Ham player of all time, obviously, was Bobby Moore. His favourite West Ham player now is obviously Bowen, and they said, what was it? They came up. They said Bowen or Saka. He said Bowen. He said Saka. He went no. He said who's that? He said Bowen's the man. It's obvious he's going to say that. And he said, right, what's the best debut? Danny Dyer's in the what was it, Soccer Aid, his debut in Soccer Aid, or Paolo Maldini in the AC Milan and Liverpool's final. And he went, well, it's obviously my
gotcha there, Scooby. Big up to you anyway. What's the connection between a Man United fan from Manchester and Santa Claus? Neither of them bleeding exist. I'm a Leeds fan, so I hate them. Was having a chuckle. Fair enough, mate. No, we weren't too sure first of all, because I've got the Cockney accent. He's a Man United fan. You got the Bristol fella, not Jez. This guy over here is, yeah. And we've got someone from Oregon. So we all got different accents.
Someone from Oregon.
Yeah, we got our own accent.
Just for Oregon, then, please out loud the vowels in Celine Dion.
Say it.
E-I-E-I-O-N.
That's not a vowel. Who's doing League Over Live Watch on for Arsenal on Saturday night? Probably Lee Gunner's probably doing his live watch along with I would say Ola or Matt, probably Southern Gooner. Maybe Jez, I don't know. I don't know. I am stoned, we are, you can tell.
Oh. Chelsea having a look at Ollie Watkins. I can't believe this one. Can't see this happening. Chelsea having a look at Ollie Watkins and Thomas Frank unsure about Ivan Toney's future at the club. Well, we know Ivan Toney. They've done him as a cut price still, haven't they? So
Yeah, I think that's done enough. That one.
Yeah, definitely. Oregon stoned.
Pretty much.
David Beckham under spray gets a response to me. Wasted. Steve, I got it. Anyway, guys, we've just turned over 2 hours and that, and we've not exactly mentioned much about West Ham and Man United with their transfer business because basically we're doing shitloads more than what you are at Arsenal at the moment.
Oh,
so,
thank God for that. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You've done signings. They are shit signings, but you've done signings. You know what I mean? So
Ark of the big bollocks down the bottom there, talking, saying all that kind of thing. You ain't got a leg to stand on, Anthony.
Well, I mean, they are signing Maldini regens and players that are better than Prime Messi, Ronaldo, like Pele, Maradona. I mean, all of them. Like they've got the best squad of all time. And also one of their fans has got private source information that Nico Williams is definitely going to be an Arsenal player very, very soon.
Yeah.
So their front three, right? There's not a better front three in world football, right? No one even comes close. Couldn't even spit, shine, or lace anybody's boots, right? Nico Williams, Kai Havertz, and Bukayo Saka as their front three. No one comes close. Not even a front three of Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, and Rodrigo. Not even that front three. Just beaten in the tunnel before they walk out.
You see that though, Fuzz, but Mbappe, for me, I got to be honest with you. Personally, I thought he had a crap Euros.
Well, he's a player that if you put him in surround him with quality, he's going to stop doing shit. Stick him in a Real Madrid club, a club of excellency. Like, you bow down to Real Madrid as a player and you respect them. So he's going to, I reckon he'll pull his weight in Madrid more so than he does at PSG, than he's done at PSG. Not to mention PSG kind of made him a club president as well. So at least with Real Madrid, he doesn't have to worry about like power struggles per se.
Anyway, Fuzzy, as you're the first one talking there, I'd like to shout your channel out, please, and what you've got coming up.
Yep, so find me Hotbox 44AG. Of course, transfer front, a little bit quiet, we're biding our time, trying to rev ourselves up for a couple of sales and signings. Just sort of waiting for things to go through in various aspects, but probably some transfer content over the weekdays, and of course we're back on Wednesday on here as well as on my channel for episode 2 of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly for season 2, and it will be my birthday on that day, so I'm sure that Tony Tonts and Anthony may have something special lined up. Who knows? Maybe they do. Maybe they
seen
don't.
the thumbnail? Have you seen the thumbnail, Fuzz?
I haven't looked at the thumbnail yet, if there even is one yet. So
Is it a big
if there
birthday?
is, say 26.
Oh, your baby. Oh, for God's sake.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. Plenty going on.
Good stuff. And Dal, we'd like to shout yourself out and what you've got coming up as well, please, sir.
Check me out, Oregon Goon, on YouTube, and also the American Idiots every Friday with TJ. Connor's hopping in and off. I know Connor's doing his own thing. Shout out Connor and CMO Sports. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Sometimes with Jez, sometimes with you, Tone. Sometimes I'm on with Anthony. Sometimes with Lee Gunner. Anyways, yeah, check it out. Oregon Goon on YouTube. Infamous_Dal on Instagram. And thanks for having me on, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Been a pleasure. Been a pleasure.
Always, man. Always.
Jez, if you'd like to shout yourself out and what you've got coming up as well, please.
Yeah, it's Arsenal history more. I might well do a chat. Yeah, I might do a one on Tuesday night, breaking down what's going wrong with Arsenal, what's happening, all that dramas, and get a few people on for that. So if anybody wants to join, you're more than welcome. The mutants won't join because they haven't got the balls to face me. But you know, there you go. They haven't got it to face a real Arsenal fan because I doubt a lot of these actual mutants have ever been to a game. But hey, never mind. But yeah, I might do that. And before we cross over the pond to the games in the US of A. And yeah, thanks for having me on. As always, enjoyed Fuzzy. Happy birthday this week. Dal, always a pleasure.
Always, Jez.
Tony, thank you, mate, as always. And Anthony, if you ever buy that shirt, mate, seriously, I am coming down to your part of the world and I will be burning that bloody tractor.
Thanks, Luke.
Oh,
Top stream.
fair play. I didn't like that tractor.
An old Foden tractor.
All true, yeah.
Cheers, Steve. The problem with shared streams, you can't see the off-screen fun afterwards anyway. Just smoking that mutant pack. He cooks them every single time.
More convincing barbecues than Don Edu.
I would love to see the Julie debate.
Thanks, Guna. Anthony, what have you? Well, where are you? What street corner can we find you at on doing your YouTube stuff?
Wherever I'm thinking myself out, saying you knew this. Yeah, you can find me on the Good, the Bad, the Ugly show on Wednesday nights at 8. Where it's me, Tony, Fuzzy, where we talk about our teams that we support. Unfortunately, last week I didn't really have nothing to say because we had no signings. But then again, it's typical Mikel Arteta and Edu. And also make sure you follow Fuzzy's channel because Fuzzy does good content. Make sure you follow this guy here, Jez, on Arsenal history and more. Good show, good panelists, and good show. Dal, make sure you follow Dal. I've been watching Dal lately playing FIFA, and he's been Newcastle United, and he's yet to win a game. So we're gonna. So all the up to that, Dal. And yeah, just thank you for everybody tuning in and people in the comments as well, and big up to the panel.
Well,
exactly. And the same to you as well, Vic. Hope you have a blessed week yourself as well. And just to make sure, all the description for all the channels will be in the link in the description once we finish. For the chat, as always, pleasure having you guys on. It's been a multi-stream. We've had people from all the various channels, and it's been great to have you with us. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Dale is a top goat, a toon goat. Sorry to say, sorry.
Yeah,
he's definitely there. Take care, Vic, and Danny Dyer, KFC Cracker, which was a scream. Yeah. Decent guy in that. And as Mama's saying, night all, and we'll be saying exactly the same. So, as always,
Yeah, man.
thank you. Thanks very much for your time being with us. And yeah, we're out. See you next time. Take care.
Have a great week.